On this week's episode of the Vero Beach Social Media Pop-Up Podcast, we have Taylor Hacker from Sailfish Brewing Company. We talk about how a small, local brewery is making its way to the top, how they market their beer, and how collaboration is the new competition. Give it a listen. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Vero Beach Social Media Pop-Up Podcast. I am Curtis Carpenter, and I'm here with Taylor Hacker from Sailfish Brewing. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you today?
I'm good. Did I screw that up already? Is it brewing or brewery or what do you prefer?
Sailfish Brewing Company.
Sailfish Brewing Company. I screwed it up, but not too bad. All right, good. So we're here at Solmar. You're next door to the Vero Beach location. How many locations do you guys have now?
We've got two locations.
Okay.
One in Fort Pierce, that's our flagship, and then here in Vero.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit at first about Fort Pierce. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. How did Sailfish start?
So we started with three friends that decided that they wanted to make better beer here locally. The craft beer movement was happening around the country, and they decided they wanted to pioneer it here on the Treasure Coast. The story is they started in a garage with a bunch of people that weren't drinking the best beer. But honestly, the guys, they put a lot of heart and soul into it, and they kept going. They leased the place over at what that Pierce Cider is at now, the Yellow House.
That's right. I remember going in there thinking, this is a house.
Incredible backyard. The house has an incredible history. They built an awesome crew of people that really fell in love with the brand, and the community got behind them and fell in love with what Sailfish was and what it stood for and the culture behind it. And I mean, here we are today. People keep drinking the beer.
It must be good. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're drinking it. We have some near us. You know, it's funny. You talk about the culture and all that. I was down at a Marlins game a couple of weeks ago, and we're big Dodger fans. We were down there for the Dodger series. We were there for 3 games, and someone else was there wearing a Sailfish shirt every game, like 3 rows in front of us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're down in Miami. Like, this isn't our backyard. I mean, this is...
We see Sailfish shirts on every airplane and every airport, hats. You can see it on E-Network. I mean, it's amazing to see where the Sailfish logo is popping up in different places. It's great.
From 3 guys brewing beer in a garage.
From Fort Pierce, Florida.
Oh, my God. All right. So, Fort Pierce, you guys have a new location. Well, newer location in Fort Pierce. It's downtown off of 2nd Street.
We did, yeah. We actually opened there now 5.5 years ago.
Wow, I say new, and it's been there 5.5 years.
We've been there for a while, yeah. We are in the old J.C. Penney's building off of 2nd Street and Marina Way, right next to our very good friends at 2nd Street Bistro.
Those people are amazing. We love going down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Downtown has been incredible. We really came down there at a renaissance in the area, and the businesses and community came together in the downtown and the Edgartown area and decided they were going to change it and make things happen. And I can say that Sailfish has been so proud to be part of it, and building, you know, what drives people back to the downtown and back to the main street, because I think we got away from that for a long time.
Well, I know in Vero we had a big issue with downtown, and over the last 10 or 12 years it's really been revitalized. Same thing in Fort Pierce, and it's a good question. What happened? What was the catalyst for that? Why did people start doing it? I don't know the answer to that, but I know that I'm happy that people are back, because
Absolutely.
Downtown in Fort Pierce is amazing. I love it. Love how it's by the water. Downtown in Vero is great, and actually a lot of people call this area downtown too, because Ocean Drive has really been popping. So let's talk about that. So you guys have been here almost exactly 1 year. You just had your 1 year anniversary, right?
1 year. We just celebrated 1 year.
What got you guys to decide to come up to Vero as opposed to like down to Stewart or somewhere else?
Yeah, you know, we were looking to grab a megaphone to our core consumers' backyard without taking away from the people that were already visiting our tap room. And that was Vero. You know, a lot of people, this area specifically has a huge local charm that attracts people that aren't going down to Fort Pierce.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's funny because there would be times where the question would be, hey, do you want to go downtown, Fort Pierce? You want to go down to Sailfish? And it's like, oh, man, it's kind of far, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
It's a journey.
Now?
Yeah.
No excuses.
Absolutely.
It's in our backyard.
Absolutely.
So what has the first year in Vero been like?
Vero has been an awesome adventure to get started with. We have really been welcomed to Beachside with a lot of collaborative partnerships. We've been working a lot with Vero Hotel and Spa. We work a lot with Solmar. We have the Halloween crawl that's going to be coming up and announced very soon.
I was going to say, are we announcing this thing now?
So
Let's
this
do
is
it.
actually going to be the second annual Halloween crawl. And
As we have the foot hanging from above your head.
So there's 5 different bars participating. They raffle prizes from each one. It's a good time. You go dressed up, but it's been awesome just to have other businesses, just like in downtown Fort Pierce, really all come together and want to engage with the customer and create an immersive experience that makes them want to come back.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's really no excuse not to come down here. It's right in our backyard. You guys are literally footsteps from the ocean.
Sailfish Beach.
Sailfish. Oh, is that what it's called
Beach.
now?
We just hosted a cleanup at Sailfish Beach.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, it's funny. I have friends that live over on Iris, and we walk down here all the time. We'll walk right past here, and there's a beach entrance right here, Sailfish Beach.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know that there was a formal name, and I don't think there was until now. And so now that's what we're going to call it.
Beach.
I love it. So it's funny. You talked about your neighbors and the partnering companies. I called Johnny, who owns one of the owners of Solmar, and I said, hey, I don't know how you feel about this, but we want to do a podcast with someone over from Sailfish, and we'd like to do it at Solmar. I just want to make sure we're not like stepping on toes. He's like, oh, I can read the text. He's like, we love our neighbors. We would love it. I love how in Vero anyway, and I'm sure Fort Pierce is very similar. Collaboration is kind of the new competition. I'm sure that 30 years ago, 2 bars being next to each other, a tap room and a bar, would have been a major issue. But in 2022, you guys are working together. It's amazing.
We work together to the extent that we co-host parties together. We've been doing it on 2nd Street in Fort Pierce with 2nd Street Bistro 3 times a year for the last 5 years for our major block parties. And here in Vero, we're actually going to be hosting a major block party coming up on October 7th. We're going to be having East Harbor play.
Oh, wow.
Ricky Palooza's going on. So we're going to both be having bars out on the street. We're going to have food out on the street. There's going to be a bounce house. It's open to the public. Did I mention East Harbor's going to be playing?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that's a big name nowadays.
Come on, right off Flame Vine.
It's so funny, man. 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 2, I don't know how long ago. I'll say 4 years. East Harbor was just, bopping around, kilted here and there, some other spots. But now, they're a big name.
They did a Tin Roof tour.
Yeah.
Are on it right now.
It's
yeah,
wild.
Absolutely.
It's wild. So you guys will have them right here. So where will they actually play?
They're going to be right out on Flame Vine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have a stage up on the street. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, that's very similar to our block parties in downtown Fort Pierce. This will be our first one, so we're getting it off the, taking it off the risers, if you will. And we're stoked.
It's funny. The last time I was at Sailfish in Fort Pierce, East Harbor was playing at a block party in the middle of the street there. Awesome. So, yeah, we're definitely going to come to this. So give me some more details. October 7th?
October 7th. We're getting started at 6 p.m. East Harbor's going to be playing at 7. It's free to attend. There's a bounce house. We're going to have street bars. We've got a street kitchen going on. Yeah.
Street kitchen.
I
like that. All right. So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about you personally. How did you get involved with Sailfish?
Man. So before the downtown location opened, they were really building out the crew. A guy that really built was part of the major foundation of Sailfish, Al Beltran.
I know Al very well.
Yes.
Yep.
He and I worked together actually at Hurricanes in
That's
Vero.
where I know him from.
So,
yep. It's funny.
When I managed Hurricanes with Al, and when he left, I went into general management with the Hurricanes Corporation. And when Al was opening this new tap room, he said, well, I need someone to come and run it. So he called me at 1 o'clock in the morning one day, and he sold me on this tap room, and I was like, no way, I love my job.
Right.
And so then I went for a meeting with Al, and he sold me the job, and happily
the rest
ever
is history.
after. Yeah, absolutely.
And here you are. So what is your technical title with Sailfish?
So I'm the director of retail operations.
Okay.
I left the tap room after a couple months. David Boucher is our David Boucher. Did I stumble there? David?
You said David Boucher.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure if that's right.
David Boucher is our managing partner. He's been with our downtown Fort Pierce tap room since the beginning, and has been an instrumental part of the growth in our business. And so pretty quickly into us working together, he decided, well, you're going to come to the back and we're going to figure out, how we're going to grow this business. So it's been incredible being able to work there and really grow skills in different ways and take risks, that maybe wouldn't have been possible with anything other than a growing, thriving business.
Love it. Love it. So how many, I don't even know how you quantify this, but how many grocery stores, how many liquor stores, how many places can you buy I mean, I don't expect you to know a specific number off the top of your head, but.
I have no idea. We are available for sale statewide.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've had our beer in Tallahassee. We are available in Publix, from the Treasure Coast down to the Keys. You can get us in Sprouts, Fresh Market, Wawa, ABC, Total Wine.
I mean, literally anywhere in Florida. Okay.
So that's where you can buy cans, and then all the independent places, that you could go to.
Like Solmar, we're drinking it on tap right here. Yeah.
Oh, we weren't even talking about draft. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
Sailfish has really blown up over the last couple of years, and it's just because people keep drinking the beer and supporting the brand.
So I would make the argument that there's a lot of breweries out there that are really good and have really good beer, and they're not everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your secret, or is it not for public consumption? I mean, seriously, what's the secret to Sailfish being so successful? Because it has really taken off.
We have built a team of people that are able to support each other and feel like independent, empowered people to be able to take risks and strategically grow our business together. And I think taking a business approach to it has really, being strategic about it has really been more it's different than the typical craft beer brand. And I think that has really helped with our development. We have excellent leadership. Again, the owner, our managing partner, David Boucher, has really been a driving resource in being able to keep it going. I don't think there's a lot of people that say that their owner is a major contributor to the work that gets done in their business.
Yeah, I think that's really important. There are memes that go around that says, "Oh, this is a boss and this is a leader, and the boss is in the back letting the guys do the work, and the leader's the one out in front that's actually taking charge." So I definitely appreciate that a lot. Are there plans to expand to other tap rooms, to other areas?
I would
public
say
information?
that the possibilities are endless for Sailfish Brewing Company.
Gotcha. I guess I was going to say, what are your goals? But what are David's goals? Or is there something on paper somewhere that says this is what we want to achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be the #1 craft beer brand in the state of Florida.
Okay, you're getting there.
That is absolutely. We want to be Florida's beer. That is the goal.
Maybe you don't want to answer this, and you don't have to if you don't want, but who is Florida's #1 beer now? Like, who is that guy that you guys are looking at? Or is that not?
I think that depends based on distributor. I can tell you in our local market, we are.
Okay, I like that answer.
So Funky Buddha or Cigar City are definitely a lot larger than we are. And many other brands. Gotcha.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about marketing. Of course, we're a marketing company. It's a marketing podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any secrets or strategies that you guys have taken that you think has been wildly successful versus things that haven't?
Oh, we failed at so many things.
All right. Well, let's talk about the failures, and then we'll go into what really worked.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, We've tried a lot of things that haven't worked as far as like marketing campaigns that we designed for an entire summer that we're going to sell sour beers to every bar in the state all summer long. And I put together a marketing campaign and ordered POS and this whole thing. And I think I went to like 6 bars.
Oh my gosh.
But we had a mixed variety pack that was amazing. And we sold glassware in the tap room, and that was incredible. And our tap room loved the Sailfish Summer Sour series,
I say that 10 times fast, right?
But I can't say that it worked over the whole state, by any means whatsoever. I think that what we've done right is take the local approach. And I think that we've had big community efforts that have really stood behind us, and that we've supported the people that have supported us.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's funny when you said risks like 3 or 4 times, and I think to myself, man, risks, even calculated risks can be risky.
Yeah.
But if you're learning from that, like you said, there were some things in that Summer Sour series.
Yeah.
I was going to see if I could say that again. Summer Sour series that you learned from that have taken you to other marketing campaigns that have been successful.
Absolutely.
Have you found anything specifically with digital ads or print ads or TV or radio or anything like that works better than something else?
I would definitely say that we are very social media focused. I think it's probably very common.
Music
today,
to our ears.
right?
Yeah.
I think that everyone's on social media, right? So it's an automatic. People are spending more of their time on social media often than talking to someone sitting right next to them. So your audience and your tribe is right there, and you're able to share the tribe between other people a lot easier. And oftentimes it is more I feel like it's more forgiving.
Way more.
More forgiving, and people forget about it more. I think it's easier to forget about, so you have to do it more frequently.
That's right.
So it's I think easier. I think it's harder than people think it is. Easier said than done.
Well, it's funny. You talk about how people will forget about it. We've brought this up on many different podcasts, and we talk about this all the time. It's paralysis by analysis. So 30, 40 years ago, you're creating an ad for the newspaper where you're going to spend, 10 grand on it, or TV, you're going to spend 20, 30 grand on it or something. You have to make sure it's absolutely perfect. Okay. With social media, you're going to post something for free. It's not costing you anything. You're going to post it, and in 2 days, people are going to forget about it. So if it's not the perfect color, if it's not the perfect design, if it's not the perfect something, just post it and go.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to have a social media page that's empty because you've had paralysis by analysis.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like you kind of understand a little bit about,
bit.
Just post and go, post and go. And like you said, your tribe is going to pick up on it. They're going to push it. They're going to talk about it. And they're actually going to be your marketing voice.
Absolutely.
So no, like I said, saying social media, I love hearing that. Yeah. If you're like, oh yeah, we run newspaper ads every week, I'll be like, oh my God, how is this place still in business?
No, that's definitely a major contributor, and we do a lot of local events in different markets. So we do a lot of samplings, a lot of people on the street, and a lot of just guerrilla warfare. Right, we're talking to people.
Right.
How do we get to the people? Where are the people drinking beer?
Bars.
So let's go to them and find them. Right.
Yeah, I love that approach. I just, when you say social media, I'm like, man, this is so awesome. I'm so happy that they're involved with that. So do you guys do that all in-house? Do you have somebody, I mean, I imagine that you have a somewhat of a staff that handles that.
So we are a split team. So I have been overseeing social media for Sailfish since I started 4.5 years ago or so. Since I came out of the tap room, I've been doing the social media for a while now. And a year or so ago, we brought on a company called AR Design that helps us with our marketing in general. They do a lot of graphic design and label design for us. And they have started doing a lot of our social media, and we've seen a major improvement in it.
I'm sure.
I can tell you that. They're doing a lot better. And we actually are really fortunate to have a team of people here in-house. Our taproom manager for Vero actually handles the Vero page almost exclusively.
Love it.
And she creates graphics for it. She does pictures for it. She makes posts. She responds to customers, the whole 9 yards, in addition to her day job. So
Right. Well, we talk to businesses all the time. They're like, oh, I just don't have time to do it, or I don't have anybody to do it. It's like, you have to make time. You have to do it. So it sounds like you guys, again, have picked up on that.
I think part of the struggle is that it's always changing.
Well, yeah, it is always changing.
And so now we have to, every day we're talking about, well, we need to make more videos. We need to make more videos. So it's the learning curve of it too.
Well, it's funny, over the last year, I mean, you talk about changes, talk about videos, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, those things have blown up. It is the easiest way to get organic exposure. And so many businesses are still living in 2019 where they're like, oh, if I just take a picture and post it, everybody will see it.
Absolutely.
So again, you guys are picking up on that.
We're trying to play catch up very hard.
I love that you're investing in that, whether it's using an agency, whether that's doing that in-house, having your bar manager do it.
Absolutely.
It's just so important for these businesses to realize that not only is it important, but it is changing. Absolutely. So you need to stay on top of it. Any other big events that you guys are having? You have the Halloween crawl. You have the thing October 7th.
Yep. I would love to talk about 2 different events in Fort Pierce, actually.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so we have Fall Flavors coming up on September 22nd. It is actually a fundraiser for the Treasure Coast Food Bank. All the money raised goes to it. We are on the 4th year, so this is our fourth annual. It's a food and beer pairing between Every Brewery, the Winery Summer Crush, and then Pierce Cider, the Cidery. So there's going to be 12 of us all competing, each paired with a restaurant. So we're all paired with a different restaurant, from Sebastian to Port St. Lucie. Actually, we're to Stewart this year, so we've got 12 different restaurants. They all come to the Sailfish Fort Pierce Tap Room in teams and have a composed dish and a beer. And then the people who are attending the event, they vote for the people's choice.
Okay.
So That's it. It's a food and beer pairing. You pick the winner. All the money goes to the Treasure Coast Food Bank. It's amazing. We have phenomenal food.
Sounds like a win-win-win.
It's great. I never win, and I need to win this year, so please come and vote for
All right,
Sailfish.
everybody, listen. You got to come to this thing September 22nd, and you just got to vote Sailfish.
That's it.
Don't
Thank
care
you.
what else you do.
That's it.
You're voting Sailfish. We got to win this thing. So a winery, the cidery, and then all the breweries.
12 breweries. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or I'm sorry, 10 breweries.
Right,
Yeah.
to come up with the
of us
12.
total. Yeah.
So what are your partnerships like? We talked a little bit about that, but what are your partnerships like with the winery and with the cidery? I didn't know that was a word, but or maybe we
Did
just
I
made
make
it up. Let's do it.
Pure Cider and us are very close, both in proximity and friendship. You know, we're very close with the staff over there. And the whole trail, honestly, I don't know if you're familiar with the Treasure Coast Wine and Ale Trail.
You know what's funny is I was at Summer Crush a few years ago, and I got this map, and I'm like, what is this map? And they're like, oh, this is a wine and beer trail or whatever. What was it called?
Yes, okay, so it's the Treasure Coast Wine and Ale Trail.
Wine and Ale Trail,
and
okay.
We actually have a digital pass now. So if you Google it, it'll take you right to it.
Okay.
And you can download this digital pass that every time you go to one of the breweries, you check in at the brewery. Once you've completed your treasure map, then you get to collect your booty at the end. You know,
Okay.
Swashbuckling pirate. It's pretty exciting.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm in.
So some of the breweries have like different prizes and specials whenever you check in. It'll show up on the pass. But it's a really fun way to be able to explore the area and the breweries in the area. I did a bachelorette party that we traveled the Wine and Ale
Okay.
Trail. So it was a lot of fun.
Who set that up? Is there like an organization or an alliance or something that?
We hired a limo and got dressed in
No,
80s prom dresses.
no. The trail. Like, yeah. Who set up the bachelor party or the bachelorette party? No, who set up the wine and ale trail? I mean, that's a brilliant concept.
It's the tourism department.
Okay.
We actually work with the tourism departments of Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin County, and they are amazing to work with and have really been able to drive business here locally.
I love that concept. I mean, talk about getting people out to the different places.
Absolutely.
And again, offering a 2-for-1 or something like that, and then giving the prize at the end. That's brilliant. I love that.
It just
that's
gives
a marketing
people something to
strategy.
do.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we want.
We want a reason to go to these places.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, it's Saturday. We don't have any plans. Oh, we do now. We're going on the trail. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to talk about marketing. I wanted to talk about your background. I wanted to talk about the couple locations, future plans for Sailfish. I didn't know if there was anything that you wanted to add on to that or elaborate on.
My last one, Oktoberfest. I said
Okay.
I had two. Okay.
That's the second
I got to
one.
go back. Okay, so October 1st is our downtown Fort Pierce Oktoberfest block party with 2nd Street Bistro. I have no idea how many years this is now. I think maybe six
Okay.
annual. It's huge. We have 2 or 3 bounce houses. We've got live music all day, street bars, street tents, beer tents. It's an amazing time.
And it's October 1st?
October 1st.
Okay, one day.
One day. We
One
go
day
from
event.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So
That's a wild day.
Yes, it
is. You're going to get it all packed in those 12
it
hours.
all goes right in. So wear your lederhosen, grab your dirndl, and let's go.
Love it. Yeah, so it seems like Oktoberfest it's just natural that a brewery would take part in something like that.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. Do you guys have a special beer for Oktoberfest or?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Oktoberfest Marzen is coming out right now in stores and bars around, the Treasure Coast.
So you got to get the Marzen.
Absolutely. It'll be available on tap in our tap rooms this weekend.
Awesome. Awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
I think that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I had. Like
Yeah.
I said, I wanted
Drink
to talk to you
Sailfish.
guys. You guys, I mean, seriously, you guys have been amazing. Ever since we found out that you guys were coming to Vero, I was like, oh my God, we don't have to go all the way to Fort Pierce anymore. It's so awesome. And we love the tap room here. It's clean. It's very nice. It's a really small space, but once you get in there, it's really not. I mean, you guys have made the best use of space over there.
Absolutely.
Again, we shot a previous podcast there with Mill Short and Associates, and that was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for that. And big shout out to Solmar for letting us hang out here. Again, seems like you guys are pretty good little friendship going there. And I love what you guys are doing. I'm thrilled with it. I'm happy to have you guys in Vero now, and much luck to future success, because I really think that you're going to reach your goal of being the nar. brewery in Florida. If you haven't gotten there already, you're close.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Taylor Hacker,
Yes.
for joining us. Thank you, Solmar and Johnny and Gina and everybody else that's involved. Lakehead's been great helping us get the Sailfish. I really didn't drink much because we didn't have a table here, but don't worry, I'm not gonna leave that before it's empty. So, anyway, thank you again very much, and thank you guys for listening and watching.
Thank you very much.
All right.